So welcome to the June meeting of the Brew Robotics Club. My name is Osman Arel. I'm the president of the club. How many of you are here for the first time? Wow. Wow. That's great. Welcome to the club. How many of you heard about us at Maker Fair? Oh, okay. I expected more, but great anyway. So if this is your first meeting, this is not what we typically do. We only have our what we call our potluck once a year, so you're lucky you came on the right meeting. Typically we have a two-part meeting where we do a show and tell. Everybody brings the robots that they're working on, show for an hour, and then we have a speaker come in, talk about various topics, whether it's software, hardware, computer vision, companies that they're working for. But today, it's all robots. So this is one of our challenge meetings. We have 3 of them a year. The first one is in June, the next one is August, and then October, so every other month. And the focus of these meetings is to encourage people to build robots that actually perform a task. One of the hard parts about beginning in robots is knowing, well, what kind of robot do I build? So we take away that problem for you by providing challenges, and you're going to see those tonight. So normally, I would MC most of the meeting, but since this is an entire challenge meeting, I'm going to turn it over to our first challenge host. So the challenges that we're going to have this evening, the first is the tabletop challenge. Who is going to be hosting that? Yes?
Actually, we should probably do a couple of things, like mention the bathrooms. I want to mention the certificates.
Okay, yes. So, first of all, everybody needs a badge. If anybody did not get a badge or any kind of name tag, we need to go outside and get you one right now. And it's also very important that we stay between this room and the restrooms, which are right at the door where you came in. So you probably went right past them. If you need to use the restroom, you can go on your own, but please don't wander off the path between here and the restroom. We're very lucky to have Google as our host for these meetings, but we need to respect their rules. The other thing is that we introduced some certificates that Chris has organized. So in the past, when you completed one of the challenges, all you got was bragging rights. Now we actually have something that you can hang on your wall. Chris, do you want to talk about these?
Not much to
Chris?
Well, some people weren't happy with just applause. So we made these cool certificates. Each challenge has 3 different levels. And as you complete each level, you get a solid gold star sticker for each one. We want to give you incentive to complete all 3, so it looks actually pretty crappy with just one of them. So that's the incentive. And you can collect the whole set. I think we currently have 4 different challenges. And so there you go. Collect all 4.
Great. So the challenges that we're going to be running this evening, the first is the tabletop challenge. How many of you? Tabletop challenge.
No, you're fine. You're doing
okay. How many of you brought robots for the tabletop challenge? Excellent, excellent. Then we're going to have Ralph. Are we doing the maze challenge?
Of course.
Okay.
Maze.
All right. So that's going to be set up.
Maze.
Is it already set up? Okay.
Ralph
So that's going to be in the back. Are we doing?
Whoa.
For the robot. Are we going to be doing the Chris?
Not the photographer.
Are we going to be doing the arm challenge tonight?
Oh.
If anybody brought an arm,
Okay.
I did, but the software's not ready.
Okay.
That's a robot.
I'll
have one next time.
The floorbot challenge for any robots that are too big for a table. So we have at least 1.
Yes. Yes.
2. All right.
Is it autonomous?
3, 4.
Remote control?
Hey, it's not specified. You're in, Alex.
I brought a robot. We want to see it.
Yeah, definitely want to see that robot.
So we'll just
Actually, yours is definitely run what you brought. Okay.
Yes,
Yours
we-
is a special one of a kind.
We have a category at the end that if your robot doesn't fit into one of the pre-designated categories, we'd like to see it at the end. And there's also going to be, are we doing the dance party too?
Robot dance party.
Okay. An annual event that you don't want to miss.
Taking requests. Otherwise, it's going to be on my ghetto.
Sorry, Ralph, what?
There's one challenge, the functionally challenged robot that doesn't quite work yet.
Bring it up anyway. We'd love to see it. Okay, so the first challenge, let's just get right into it, is the tabletop.
Actually, I'd like to interject if I may.
Yes. Again.
Again, thank you. Now, we had tried to do some Robo Magellan out here. It didn't work out too well, but we got bits and pieces. So before we do the Tablebot challenge, I'd like to, maybe the people that did bring Robo Magellan robots and maybe attempted to run out here, or brought your pieces of Robo Magellan robots, Marco. Let's get a quick Robo Magellan round up here if we could. Chris, this Mottbot's on this table here? What's going on here? Is that you?
That's me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Robo Magellan, for those of you who do not know, is a contest from the Seattle Robotic Society of America. And basically you're given a GPS coordinate and an orange cone is placed on it. And the robots have to traverse like a 100-yard playing field to touch the orange cone. There's also bonus cones along the way that you can elect to tag. If you do, it gives you a fractional multiplier. Marco Wathaw here has got gold medal this past year. I'll say it this way. It's kind of funny because we had the start cone, the gold cone's about 100 yards away. And you've got bonus cone 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 are 0.5, multipliers 0.3 is way back behind the building. It's 0.1 multiplier. Nobody's going there. But Marco.
No, I must know.
Marco goes there. There was another guy that did too, but you beat him, so it doesn't matter. But what I didn't realize was that the back of the building, then you could go around the building to get the gold cone. It was actually a big, wide highway like going around. But anyways, it was still worth it. That gave him like a run time of 6 or 8 seconds, something like that. In real time, it took, what, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that? Yeah, but the fractional multiplier got down to like, Dave Galkin comes up to me and says, 8.32 seconds in Robo Magellan. I said, game time, game time. Yeah, anyways, it was this robot too. It's awesome. Afterwards, he threw up a satellite map of his 3 runs just because he can. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Marco. You got 5 minutes.
So, okay, yeah. That robot was here before, and it also was at Mega Fair. So, yeah, I'm just trying to get basically good GPS waypoints for the run, and right now I'm experimenting with the LiDAR to do real obstacle avoidance, which kind of works sometimes. There's simply too much noise in those little sensors outside. So,
Robot's name.
the robot's name
For
is
everyone.
Endecker L.
Yeah.
The L is
Endecker
simply
L.
for,
Explorer in German, right?
yes,
Yeah.
the L is simply because it's the second one, much larger than the first one. L is just large. That's really what the L stands for. Yeah, I don't know what I will be doing for next year, but I will probably think of something. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the traffic didn't really cooperate today, otherwise I would have tried it outside, but I was half an hour late and then...
It's okay. It's okay. My robot used to be called Blue Dog. And then I painted him green, now he's called Frogger. Anyways, this robot got the bronze medal 2012 Robo Games, touched the orange cone with just GPS. Anyways, I'm trying to rework the circuit with Arduinos here, haven't quite got it done yet, but Max and oh gosh, I can't think of this fellow's name. We drove around. You can see I can get my bearings. The deal is that with RoboMagellan, if you have a target GPS coordinate and a GPS, all you need to do is subtract your latitude. If your latitude's higher, you need to go north. Subtract your longitude. If your target longitude is higher, you need to go west. And then you have your bearings, and you just go that direction, avoiding obstacles. You'll eventually get to that GPS coordinate. It's plus or minus 10 or 15 feet, but it's close enough. In RoboMagellan, we usually have a camera to guide you into the orange cone. Say Al. So Al back there is going to run his. He has a RoboMagellan robot also, but he's going to run it in the Floorbot challenge. So we'll catch up with Cutie then, right? Okay, sounds good. Any other RoboMagellan robots out there? Okay.
So there's one other announcement that I forgot to make. We have a guest here at our meeting today. We have a photographer from National Geographic who is doing an article on Silicon Valley technology. She is over here. Her name's Laura.
Is there anybody who definitely doesn't want to appear in any photos at all? I know one person, but is there anybody else? Or any kids without their parents here, under 18 without your parent here?
I don't think we allow that actually.
Okay,
Kids are here, they have to have somebody to watch.
So I have some release forms. Most of you guys signed them, but I'm mostly going to be photographing people showing robots. So if you don't mind, if you're going to show a robot, I'm going to set some release forms over here if you haven't signed. If you don't mind just looking it over and seeing if it's okay, that would be great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. One other thing that Chris reminded me of is that in addition to certificates, we now have this book where if you complete one of the challenges, your name will be forever inscribed in this wonderful hardbound book for future generations to relish in your accomplishments.
With simulated gold.
Yes.
Don't overdo it.
Anyway, you'll get to sign this, so thanks very much. Tabletop?
Yeah, can I start it off?
Yes. Thanks.
So for $79.95, we can get a copy of the
Yeah.
book?
$5 discount Amazon Prime.
Okay, in 2003, a group of us were lamenting the lack of robot building in the club. A group of us at the SIG, I should say, the Special Interest Group, which still meets the penultimate Wednesday every month at the Hacker Dojo. Everybody's on the mailing list? Yes? Yes? Mailing list is where all the news is. Okay. So we realized that the building really spiked when we had contests. We had a line following contest and a maze busting contest, but contests you have winners and losers, and somebody's always not happy, and my tape wasn't quite that shiny, and my gate was a little wider than you've got it, and they always involve these fixtures that people had to set up and store and so on and so forth. So at the time we met at the Castro Middle School library, and there were tables all around, so we thought, ooh, let's build robots that play soccer on the table. We could put nets around it that would catch the robots and stuff, but that would be setup. That's something I've said. That's when the TableBot was born. A TableBot is a robot that could survive, live, and play on the table, or pay the price. Now, how do you get to tabletop soccer? This is a non-trivial problem. You get there in phases. So we decided that we would have phase 1 in June, and phase 2 in August, and phase 3 in October. And in phase 1, you just bring your robot and have it go from one end of the table to the other and back. 2 months later, phase 2, you'd have it push a block off the edge of the table. And then in October, 2 months later, you'd bring it back and have it move that block into a shoebox at the end of the table. And so we didn't specify the table, we don't specify the length, the width. I've seen some awful big shoe boxes come through here. And we've also decided that it's not a contest, it's a show. We're here to show your robot in its best light and just to have some fun with it. The next year we expanded it into the HBRC Challenge, which included whatever robot you're building. The original idea was you brought your robot in the month of June finished, and you would enunciate your phase 2 and 3 goals, and in August and October we track your progress. What generally happened was folks would show up with a big bag of parts in June. They might have it partway assembled in October, and but the point is, without a deadline, nothing happens. And the same thing here. A lot of us have put in a lot of time, energy, and effort, and things haven't gone right, and things have gone terribly wrong, and it didn't work this way, and gosh, I didn't expect that. But you know what? We've learned stuff that we didn't know, and that's the best part. So here we are tonight at our 16th annual HBRC Challenge, and Danny Watson, if you'll come on down and host the TableBot Challenge portion of this. Danny Watson.